Okay. So what you're going to see as the host is at the bottom toward the right, you're going to see where it says breakout rooms. You're going to see 4 squares. And this is for, let's say you wanted to have people get into like discussion groups. And so you would hit the breakout room box. And then when you hit that breakout room box, it'll ask you how many rooms you want to break people into. So let's say you have 15 people and
Okay.
you want 3 different rooms. So that means there's going to be 5 people in that room. And
Okay.
you can choose to have Zoom just randomly put people in rooms, or you can choose manually where you choose who goes into a room with who. So let's say you have, you want to make sure that person A, B, and C, who are leaders, are in separate rooms, then you would manually choose who's going to go in what room, okay?
Okay.
So you're not going to see that on your end because you're not the host. But when
Right.
when you are the host, you'll see that. Okay,
Okay.
so you have that. Da-da-da-da. Okay, if you see toward the bottom, toward the left, you see where it says invite. Do you have that?
Yes.
This is where if you want to, like, oh man, I forgot to tell so and so about this meeting. If you
Yes.
if you click on the invite, it will pull up it should pull up your email server, and then you can invite somebody else to this meeting. They will get an email with the link to join this meeting. So let's say if you forgot, or somebody say, you know what, so and so needs to be on this meeting, they can invite that person in.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Okay, you got that.
Yes, that's cool.
Okay. What else will be important for
The
you?
participants down there, it gives me a count of who's online.
Uh-huh. Yep, it
I'm going to
does.
click on that and
Mm-hmm.
see what that looks like while you're with me. Okay, so it's to my right, a list that started my name, your name, and
Uh-huh.
and what it's showing about you is that you have a red circle, a microphone, and a camera. So it
Right,
tells who's audio and who's video
right. And it's recording. The red button means it's recording.
being recorded.
Yeah, the microphone means that, of course, my microphone and then my video.
Okay, that looks good. Wow, I love this. And I'm glad I told you to hit record because that way I can. Okay, so down at the bottom it says raise hand, and then yes, it's green with the check mark. No, that's just a legend to let me know what the
Yeah,
symbols are.
or like go ahead and click on one because what it is,
Okay, I'm
it's
going
kind
to
of
click
like
on the
what,
one that says raise hand.
right. And so
Oh, okay.
And so what happens is when you do raise hand, there's on your screen, on the upper left of your screen, a blue box comes up with the hand
Yes.
raised. And as a host, I can say, okay, I see you, and I lower your hand. So that's another way if a person, let's say if the person's video is not on and they have a question during the question and answer session, they can raise their hand that way. So you can't see,
Okay. So I
but
probably would want to go ahead and click on this screen when she's finished teaching and we say, okay, we want to open the floor for questions for the next 10 minutes. And then I can just click here for
no,
those who do not
no,
have video.
no. The
Oh,
person who doesn't have their video would need to go to that where it says participants, that they would have to do that themselves because you couldn't raise their hands for them. So if
right, right.
the person
Yeah.
doesn't have their video, just tell them to, how to get to that part of their screen, that if they have a question to,
Hmm.
so you tell them how to get over there.
Yes. And then when they get over there, I need to be able to see it. So I need to have it open like I do now.
No, because what happens is when they raise their hand, a little blue box will come up on the left hand side of their picture. And so you'll see that their hand is raised. And then, you acknowledge
Oh,
the person. And then you hit that blue button that says, it will say lower hand. And then that blue button on their picture box will go away.
okay. But the only reason I'm able to see that blue hand go up there is because I clicked on participants. That's what I was asking you. Do I need to go to the
No,
participation?
what I'm saying is that you don't do anything. The person who's doing that, if
Okay.
if they raise their hand, it's going to show up on their little box. You don't have to do anything with that side button there. That's only if you want to raise your hand or something.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of participate then. That when at the bottom when I clicked on participants, I got the screen that you're talking about. You're saying I don't even have to click on participants to see
Not,
their hand.
yeah, not if you're the host. You don't. You only click on that if you want to raise your own hand for something.
Okay, so I'm clicking my hand and you can see it.
Yep, I see your hand.
And you didn't do anything. You stayed in the mode you were in.
That's
Okay, that's cool. The less I have to move around, the better.
and then I'm going to lower your hand.
Okay.
So you'll get a notification when someone's raising their hand.
Okay.
So you don't have to do anything. That person
Cool.
needs to go and do that. So you might want to explain to your participants, how to get over to that side box. Tell them, to go to the participants and those little choices down there.
Okay. And they can stay on mute and still raise their hand.
Right.
Okay.
As the and it should say go slower, go faster. You have some different choices about what they will have different choices about what they can raise their hand to do. Okay.
If I click on go slower, who am I talking to? The speaker?
No, yeah, the speaker. Let's say the speaker is going too fast. The participant would say, "Hey, can you, go slower?" And
Okay.
I would see that. Oh, okay, Miss H needs me to go a little bit slower, and because sometimes I do talk fast, and so if you need me to, let's say if I was talking like this, I was turning around, you would say, "Okay, wait, no, go slower."
I know it. I know it, especially with me, can't hear no way. Okay, that's good.
Right, exactly.
That is so good.
So we have that. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, so we have that. So that's about, the rest of the stuff you can kind of play around with. Now, have you ever set up a meeting on Zoom before?
No. And I definitely need to practice that with you. How do I come out of this participant mode?
You should be able to, should be like a little X, a little close box up there.
Okay, I didn't want to close the whole thing out, but I do see an X above participants. The word participants too, I see an X, but will I be closing out Zoom?
Yeah, no, you'd be closing that box. It should be.
Okay, if I do, I'll be right back.
You got it?
Do you want to leave the meeting?
Okay, no, you don't want to do that.
Cancel.
Okay, so.
Let me see. Nothing else.
Oh,
unless
maybe.
it
Okay,
says mute me.
Hit that minimize button, the little dash.
It took you away too.
Okay, good. And so now what I'm getting ready to do with you is a share screen, and I'm going to pull up my Zoom to show you how to set up a meeting, okay?
Okay.
So let me see. What do I want? Okay, yeah. So what you're probably seeing now, you see my email, right?
Uh-huh.
So what I'm going to do is hopefully let me do an incognito thing. Hopefully I can open up Zoom while I'm on Zoom. Let's see if I can open up Zoom while I'm on Zoom, okay?
Okay.
Are you seeing my screen?
I see you moving.
Okay, so what happens is when you open up your Zoom, let me see if I can minimize it. Let me put myself over here. Okay, so what you want to do to schedule a meeting, you're going to hit schedule meeting, okay? You see that up there?
Schedule meeting. You are viewing Laura's screen. Hold on, let me see. Where is it?
Okay, so you hit schedule a meeting. and then you would title the meeting. So your might it's I don't know, what is it, a vision meeting that you said you're having. So you would title it. You would put in the date, put in all that information.
Now I'm lost. I don't see you scheduling anything.
Oh,
Some kind of way my screen has
wait,
gotten.
what are you looking at? What do you see on your screen? Nothing?
I see you, and I see a smaller box of the email. Okay, I think I have to.
Okay, no, don't do anything. That's on me. So hold on. Hold on. That's on me because you should see. Let me get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here, and you're probably still just seeing me for right now. Okay, so let me get back over here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to share my screen again and we'll see what happens, okay? Okay, what do you see now?
Okay, now I see the Zoom.
You see the Zoom?
Yeah, where it says schedule meeting at the top, join a meeting, host a meeting.
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna hit schedule a meeting. And then, well, let me go back to when you first open up your Zoom, this is your dashboard page.
Okay.
So what you will see on this page, if you have any meetings scheduled, it'll all show up. And so you're gonna do schedule a meeting, and you're gonna put in, the title of the meeting. So it could be your vision.
Truth versus culture. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you would put in, truth versus culture, and I'm just gonna put in culture up here.
Okay.
If you need a description, you can put that in there. Only you're gonna see that though.
Oh, okay.
So you would schedule, the date, the 27th at
Yes.
6 p.m. or whatever. I think
We're scheduled for an hour, but
yeah, I think an hour is the most that you're gonna get. Do you have the free Zoom? Do you have the free version?
Yes, I didn't pay for anything to get here.
Okay, so your free version, I think you might only get like 45 minutes if you have more than one person on the call.
Oh.
So you only get 45 miness with the free.
Okay, well, I'll upgrade it because we might have as many as 30.
Okay, so either you're only gonna get 45 minutes, or you're gonna have to upgrade to a paid version to get more time.
Okay, I saw those upgrade options when I was trying to get here today, so I think I can go back to it. I think they were like $3. I mean, they weren't expensive at all.
That. And so now, are you guys going to be meeting more than once, like a weekly meeting?
Once a month until December.
Okay, and so what I would do, I would hit that button that says recurring meeting, and then hit monthly, and then you can kind of choose in, is it a certain day of the month? Is it a certain, and so you can kind of pick and choose.
Yes.
How the meeting is going to recur. So that way you don't have to keep scheduling these meetings over and over again. It would just be there, and the people will keep the link. And then,
exactly.
Right. And so if you want people to have to register for the meeting,
yes, I would love them to, because we need to know who we're waiting on.
Okay, so you hit registration required. And so, and then you can kind of choose if they need to register each time, or they just need to register once, or whatever. And so what happens is when they register, they will, you will send them, and I'll get to that, you will send them the invitation, and you would tell them they have to register. And then once they register, they will get the sign-in information, and then you will be able to see who registered.
Okay.
Okay. And so down here where it says video, you want to make sure that your video is on and that the participant's video is on. Where it says audio, you want to make sure that, if a person on the telephone, that their audio is on, the computer audio, so you hit both. Where it says meeting options, this mute participants upon entry, I usually just always do that, is so that everybody that comes on, their microphone is just muted right off the bat. And then, especially if it's noisy in somebody's house, or when a person joins in late, you don't get that background noise. So I just mute everybody when they first come on, and then I can choose to unmute everybody once we get started or whatever. So I usually always click on mute participants upon entry.
Okay.
If you want the meeting to start recording automatically, in case you think, okay, you know what, I might forget to record.
I will.
So you would, yeah, so you would click on that.
Okay.
So as soon as the meeting starts, it will all be recorded. Okay.
Great.
If you want other people to host it, like say the teacher, if that teacher, well, everybody has to have Zoom. And so if you want that teacher to also be a host, and then that way they will have access to all the controls you have access to. So anybody who you make alternative host, they will have the same access that you have.
Okay. So to start out, I would only want that to be the teacher. And if the teacher doesn't have video and she's just using audio, is that a problem?
Probably for your participants, it might be, because like I said, imagine you, if you were trying to watch somebody and they didn't have a video, how difficult would it be, let's say for me, if I didn't have my video on, so you can see my lips.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So is there a place on the registration form where I could know if anybody may be hearing impaired?
You could probably ask, but
I could just add that.
I would just say the teacher should have their video on. There's no reason why the teacher should have their video off.
Okay.
So just tell whoever's teaching that they have to have their video. And I would suggest going, doing a practice run, with the teacher to
yes.
make video. Maybe do set up a test meeting with you and who the teacher is going to be, and y'all kind of go through. Make sure her video is correct, is working, and things like that. Excuse me.
Would I be telling the truth, Laura, if I told, because some people are so afraid of what they don't know about a computer. What if I relax them by saying, I just need you to put yourself on the video. Don't worry about trying to do anything else. They just need to see you. And then me being the host, I can deal with the hands and all the things that you just told me.
Right.
Can that work?
Right.
Gotta be workable?
Yeah, whatever the comfort level with you, your guests, your teachers, you'll have to know what
I'll back them up.
Are. Right.
Okay.
So you got all that. And so, once you do all that, you're going to hit save.
Okay.
You're going to go to another screen where you see where it says meeting ID. This is your meeting ID. And so you see where it says invite attendees.
Uh-huh.
What you can either do, you can either copy this whole link here, and then create an email saying, hey, this is the link for our Truth versus Culture meeting. Please click on this link to register and get your sign-in information. Or you see where it says copy the invitation. You see that? Right.
Uh-huh.
If you click on that, Zoom will create some verbiage for you. And
I like that.
So you would just copy it and then paste it into your email that you're going to send out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those I need depending on what I'm doing that day. So that's good that I have options.
Right. And so this screen would just tell you, it'll tell you all the different things that you've selected for your meeting. You can always go in and edit the meeting if you want to. And so once people start to register, you can open this meeting, you can open this back up, and I'll show you where. And you see where it says manage attendees. When people start to register, that number will change. And if you want to see who's registering, you just click view.
Wow.
Okay. And so, you know, you have these different choices there. Don't worry about branding, poll, live streaming. Don't even worry about that. And so you have that. So now I'm gonna go back to, so you got all that. So what happens when you get back to, you get back to your dashboards, my profile. Yeah. When you open up your Zoom, you'll get to that that startup screen again, and you'll see, you'll get to your startup screen.
You calling the startup screen the one that says meeting and all these profiles, personal information?
No, you're gonna see where it says meetings.
Uh-huh.
Here you're gonna go to where it says meetings, and so all your meetings are gonna show up. So you see on my page now, I have all the because I said it was a recurring meeting. They're already they're already set up, and so when you're ready to start a meeting, boom, you hit that start button, and then your screen will it'll take you to your screen. It has to launch it. You go through a launching process, and so each time it's when you're ready to start a meeting, you just hit that start button, and then everything will start like we have it.
Okay. All right, question. I know probably we're not going to be the same date of every month. I was going to put the dates out there when we would be meeting. So when I schedule it the first time, can I put multiple dates? Like August is the 27th, that is the correct date, but September might be the 15th and so on. But I will give the schedule right up front to everybody that we invite to the meeting.
I think you can go back in and change the meetings. Let me see. You should be able to edit it somewhere. Yeah, we see where it says edit this meeting.
Okay.
It says, do you want to edit this one or all of them? So let's say you want to edit.
Yes, all of them.
So, you know, once again, it's recurring monthly. And so it doesn't look like you can put multiple dates. So you would have to go in once you figure out those dates, just to go ahead and click each one and then put in the proper date.
Okay, I'll settle for that. That's going to probably be the way it works this time, because different teachers were available on different dates, and I didn't want to start trying to figure out how to get the one date everybody was free. I just took the date they sent me and said, and I said, okay. So I will go in and kind of get that outlined early, and it still will prompt. I can still send that email out that you just mentioned to remind the ones that were invited that the meeting is coming up on this day.
Well, actually, Zoom will send them a reminder when the meeting is.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
with the dates vary.
Once you set up,
let me put you on mute. My husband is in here getting ready. Let me mute you.
Listen up. So once you set up that recurring like that, you can kind of go back into each one and then change it to the correct date. So you have to do that individually, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing. I think that's about all you need to know from here. Yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So that's about all you really need to know. Like the rest of it is kind of, you know, you're going to play around with the buttons, do some test meetings before the 27th, you know, set up some meetings with different people who are willing to play around with it with you. Definitely, I would say do a test meeting with the teacher. Set up, you know, some test meetings with the teacher, so they will be comfortable with the process.
Okay. Okay. So what I'd like to do is, as you mentioned, play around with it, and then I would like to schedule a date with you next week where I'm the host.
Okay.
So I can see everything that you saw today, and you can kind of I can get my first experience being the host with you, and then I'll play around with other people. But I think this week I'll just get familiar with the system, the back office, and the dashboard, and all of the things that you showed me today. How do I go back and play that recording?
Okay, and so I am going to, what I would do is once I get the recording converted to YouTube, because usually it's too large to send in an email, and so I will get it converted to a YouTube video, and I will send you the link to the YouTube video, and you can watch it.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
And it should, hopefully it will have the captions on it also. So YouTube has automatic captions that it adds, so hopefully that will be a little bit helpful also.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm going to stop. If you have any more questions before I stop the recording?
Well, yeah, because you answered. No, did you? Where did I go back to play my recording for today, from today?
I'm going to have to send it to you.
Oh, I got you. That's what you just explained. I'm sorry.
That's okay. If you were the host, what happens is at the end of the meeting, you'll get a message that says Zoom is downloading the recording, and then once it's finished downloading, you'll have to save it somewhere on your computer. And usually before you can send it to someone, because usually the file is too large to send in an email, and you might have I usually convert mine to a YouTube video and then just send the person to my YouTube page.
Okay.
Get it.
Okay. I'm sorry I asked you to repeat that. I get it. Okay, that's good.
Now, do you have a YouTube page?
I do, and I need to. Yeah, I have a YouTube. My videographer sends me all of our videos on there, and I named it just the other day. So I need to send that to you.
No, basically,
it's Covenant Keepers.
Yeah, I can do another, the next time we meet, I can do another training to show you how to get the video into a video. So the next time we meet, I'll walk you through that process.
Okay, good. Okay, let me look at you so you can take the recording off, but this is what my timeline looks like. We want to be, the first Bible study is Tuesday the 27th.